Trick or Treats, the 1982 version, which came out October 29th, 1982. Coincidentally, I checked it out for the first time October 29th, 2012, 30 years to the day. I've been meaning to check this out. I didn't know what to expect at first. And then I saw the trailer like a week ago, then I really didn't know what I was in for. It stars, it makes you believe it stars David Carradine in a popular role, as in the David Carradine who played Bill in the Kill Bill Quentin Tarantino franchise from the 2000s with Uma Thurman. Oh man, this movie's strange. It's basically like a semi-satire, I'd say, more or less. It doesn't want to commit to either or, being a comedy, a spoof of horror. And it's not that good, but it's not that bad. But if you have to say it's not that good, then then it has its problems and its flaws. And wow, I don't even know how this got made, really. The plot, the synopsis, I didn't read the synopsis, but it's basically, you learn this early on. The whole ploy of what's going on is a babysitter is babysitting this fat kid who pulls gags and pranks on her the whole night. They get old real quick, but then you appreciate the little fat kid's humor. And then you're like, alright, this is decent, but the plot goes nowhere. That is the plot. But the real plot is that house that she's babysitting, the wife ended up committing the kid's father to an insane asylum, falsely committing him. She had strings or whatever, just to get his money. And so he finally goes to break out of there. This is hilarious. He's talking about breaking out of the insane asylum loony bin. And one of the inmates is like, "You're crazy," and he's like, "I'm not crazy. I'm mad." And then he just goes out, breaks out with the nurse's outfit. There's so many strange scenes. Just watch the trailer and you'll know what you're in for as I explain these things. So she has him committed in the straitjacket. Then her boyfriend, David, the role that David Carradine plays is the woman's boyfriend. They leave for a Halloween party, is what happens. And they end up never even coming back. So they don't even tie up the loose ends. He never gets to confront her. After the whole movie is filled with the gags of the fat kid, the guy finally shows up at the house and he mistakes the babysitter or whatnot for the woman that had him committed. And he ends up killing her friend, and then the little fat kid ends up helping her with one of his gags because he's an amateur magician. He ends up chopping his head off with the guillotine, even though it doesn't even fully chop off. And then the little fat kid realized that it was a sentimental moment and he had empathy for a moment. And then for some strange shocker reason, he turns, this is a spoiler now for people who've seen, he turns out to, she goes to call in the murder and he ends up stabbing her in the back. Basically, they spoof a lot of things in there, or try to spoof a lot of things, like movie making, editing. They like make a cheap B horror movie in there. And her boyfriend's an aspiring gay film theater actor. That shit's hilarious. And they spoof the local news, basically. And so the writer has a strange sense of humor. You could see why this is becoming a forgotten film. And so this is not the Trick or Treats film from 2009, the anthology that everyone seems to be obsessed with. I wasn't as blown away as everyone. I really have to give that a second chance before I give my a final opinion on Trick or Treat 2007 or whatever it is, the anthology film. Anyway, C plus for me. Very unconventional horror film, one of a kind. It sucks how it didn't be the confrontation, or it could have been a lot deeper. I don't know how this got made, honestly. This is JBM from VillainNews. Check out. This is about to be the end of my horror movie marathon, October 2012, 30th anniversary to the day. And on Halloween Day, check out my Whatever Happened to Baby Jane review. That'll be the 50th anniversary, 1962. Halloween night is when it was released. So anyway, this is JBM from VillainNews. I'm out.